This is an update video. This is an update video. Written in pink there, you'll see, perhaps not too well, but in the distance is a word called ghost. There's a skull with a halo above its head. It's pink and it's written ghost. In the direction that I'm also heading to. And before that, I'll use this metaphor here as well. There is a part of a tree that is standing and a part that is fallen. So there's a partially dead, partially alive, if you can call it that. So the ghost in the distance, close to the river, a tree that is partially standing, partially fallen, and also heading here again, the same name, ghost. He has spelled it a bit differently with an A, but I think the sentiment remains the same, ghost. Now I say that to say this. There's a video, and again, if I can find the link to it, I will put it up. But there's a spirit here. At this complex, KTM, there's motorbikes and there's a restaurant on top and various other things. And there's 3 men there in black. So now when I initially recorded this place, again in the distance, that direction is where the BMW is. In the last video that I gave you an update, I said the BMW there is closed down. The road itself here where there was another spirit has been closed off because of the bridge collapse. I think in the last update I showed you that closed, and here the bridge has collapsed, so the road is closed, the BMW is closed. But on this side, I had not given you an update until I spoke to somebody today who has informed me that prior to this building being here, there was an office complex being built. And that particular office complex collapsed. And upon it collapsing, many people died. So one, I had detected there was a spirit here, but I wasn't able to deal with it because it was bigger than me at the time. And I think it's because I did not have all of the information. So now that I know that prior to this building being here, the building prior to it had collapsed, has fallen, and people died. In essence, they were sacrificed. Apparently it was an Indian contractor and the materials that he used were of lesser quality. Hence, the people died. Here, these trees, I'm not sure what they're attempting to do here, but they're being tied down. So if I can put these symbols, 1, the ghost, the tag, 2, the tree that is partially there and partially fallen, and 3, these trees that are tied down. It looks like they want to fall, but they are being kept here. They are being kept up, but they really want to leave, but they are being held back. They are spirits, restless spirits, I assume from the building collapse, most likely those who died, but did not move on. Whatever has been built on top here is almost like being built on top of a graveyard because the spirits remain restless. And that gave me answers to why it was that I could not deal with that particular spirit at that time. It is because there were lots of restless spirits here. So what I'm going to do is do a spiritual cleansing. What's going to happen is that I'm going to remove, 1, the spirits that have departed, that are restless, that are still sticking around, and also I perne bresir dombra krendira. Regardless of those spirits, the shops that are here, even without those spirits, the shops themselves, the owners, their presence is not good. It is not of God. So I'm going to, one, remove the spirits as many as I can. Not all of them will leave, but a few will. And then secondly, I'm also going to close down this particular place. And again, it's not a new word because the Spirit has already revealed it. Remember, I said I'm not releasing anything new here in South Africa. So that's why I mentioned that this is just an update. This is just an update. These trucks moving, these are just the people around, in essence, being in a place of guardship. They are guarding, or they are aware that something is happening. Hence, all of these cars are moving in and out, as you can see and perceive. That is just a response. I'm going to remove the spirits, Serpre, Meridero, Doraya, but the Lord says I can't release any new word. So again, in remembrance, it is just an update of a word that I had already planted, and now is just coming into fruition. Coming into fruition. So may the Lord remove anything that was left, that needed to depart. May the Lord remove it. May the Lord remove it. May the Lord remove it. And any spirit that has taken advantage of that death, of those sacrifices, may God deal with you also. May God deal with you also. Again, that card just representative of those who have ownership in this place and are using those kinds of spirits. May the Lord deal with you. Be blessed.